In a world that constantly urges us to rush, how can we move slowly without losing momentum? Developing inner speed while moving slowly is about cultivating a deep sense of focus, efficiency, and calm energy that propels you forward even at a gentle pace. It's the art of mastering patience and precision, so your progress feels effortless and purposeful, not frantic. This approach helps you stay grounded, reduce stress, and achieve more by moving thoughtfully rather than hastily. Let's explore how to harness this powerful balance between inner quickness and outer stillness. Today we will talk about how to develop inner speed while moving slowly. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The foundation. The mind-body connection. The first step to developing inner speed is to recognize that the mind and body are not separate entities, but an integrated system. Our thoughts directly influence our physical actions, and our physical state can, in turn, affect our mental clarity. This connection is not a philosophical concept, but a neurological reality. When we move slowly and deliberately, we create a feedback loop that enhances our neural pathways. By focusing on each micro-movement, we are essentially training our brain to be more precise and efficient. This is similar to how a musician practices scales slowly to develop muscle memory and a deeper understanding of the instrument. The slowness isn't a sign of lack of skill, but a method of building a more robust and refined skill set. It's in these moments of deliberate action that we can observe our own thought processes, identify mental shortcuts, and rewire our brain for greater speed and accuracy when it matters most. 1. The role of deliberate practice. Deliberate practice is the cornerstone of developing any skill, and inner speed is no exception. It's not enough to simply perform an action repeatedly. We must do so with a focused intention to improve. This means breaking down a complex skill into its constituent parts and practicing each one slowly and meticulously. For example, in martial arts, a punch isn't just a punch. It's a series of coordinated movements: the rotation of the hips, the extension of the shoulder, the clenching of the fist. By practicing each of these elements in isolation and in slow motion, we can refine our technique and build a deeper neural representation of the movement. This slow motion training allows us to identify and correct inefficiencies that would be invisible at full speed. It's a form of active learning, where every repetition is an opportunity for self-correction and improvement. This method of practice builds a foundation of flawless technique, which, when combined with increased mental processing speed, results in a level of performance that seems effortless and instantaneous. 2. Cultivating mindful awareness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It is a powerful tool for developing inner speed because it trains our minds to be more focused and less reactive. When we are mindful, we are better able to observe our internal state, our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations as they arise. This self-awareness is crucial for developing inner speed because it allows us to identify and manage the mental clutter that slows us down. A mind filled with anxiety, self-doubt, or distraction is a slow mind. By practicing mindfulness, we can learn to quiet this internal noise and create a space for clarity and focus. This doesn't mean we eliminate thoughts, rather we learn to observe them without getting swept away. This mental stillness is the wellspring from which true inner speed flows. It's the ability to remain calm and centered in the midst of chaos, allowing us to make decisions with precision and speed. 3. The power of visualization. Visualization is a technique used by top performers in every field, from athletes to musicians to surgeons. It involves mentally rehearsing a skill or performance, vividly imagining every detail. For developing inner speed, visualization is a potent tool because it allows us to practice a skill at an accelerated pace without the physical limitations of our bodies. By mentally running through a sequence of movements or decisions, we are strengthening the neural pathways associated with that skill. This is not just a form of positive thinking. It's a form of active neurological training. When we visualize a complex sequence of actions, our brain fires in a similar way to when we are actually performing the task. This mental rehearsal makes the actual execution faster and more fluid. The more detailed and vivid our visualization, the more effective it becomes. It's a way of pre-programming our minds for success, so that when the moment arrives, our bodies and minds are already prepared to act with speed and precision. 4. The role of cognitive load management. Cognitive load is the amount of mental effort required to perform a task. When we are learning a new skill, our cognitive load is high because we have to consciously think about every step. As we become more proficient, the cognitive load decreases and the skill becomes more automatic. The key to developing inner speed is to reduce cognitive load to its absolute minimum. This is achieved through the deliberate practice and visualization techniques mentioned earlier. By training our bodies to perform a skill flawlessly, we free up our minds to focus on more complex, higher-level tasks. For example, a basketball player who is perfectly automated. Their shooting form can focus their attention on reading the defense, anticipating a pass, or making a split-second decision. The less we have to consciously think about the mechanics of a movement, the faster and more responsive we can be. This ability to manage cognitive load is the ultimate goal of all training, as it is the key to unlocking our full potential for inner speed and performance. 5. The feedback loop. Observation and adjustment. The final, and perhaps most crucial, element of developing inner speed is the creation of a powerful feedback loop. This involves constantly observing our performance, identifying areas for improvement, and making adjustments. This is not about self-criticism, but about a detached and objective analysis of our own actions. By filming ourselves, having a coach provide feedback, or simply paying close attention to our own sensations, we can gather valuable data about our performance. This data then informs our deliberate practice, allowing us to focus our efforts on the areas that will yield the greatest return. A martial artist, for example, might film a slow-motion practice session and discover a subtle imbalance in their footwork. By addressing this one small detail, they can dramatically increase the power and speed of their strikes. This constant cycle of observation, adjustment, and practice is what propels us forward, allowing us to continually refine our skills and increase our inner speed. 6. The integration of practice, mindfulness, and visualization. The ultimate goal is to integrate all of these elements into a holistic practice. It's not enough to simply practice slowly or to be mindful in isolation. True inner speed emerges when these different modalities are woven together into a single cohesive approach. A martial artist, for example, might begin a training session with a period of mindfulness meditation to quiet their mind. They would then move into slow, deliberate practice, using visualization to mentally rehearse the movements and observe their own form. Throughout the session, they would remain mindful, paying attention to their breath, their posture, and their internal state. This integrated approach creates a powerful synergy, where each element reinforces the others. The mindfulness enhances the quality of the slow practice. The slow practice refines the movements in the visualization, and the visualization makes the actual performance more fluid and effortless. Mastering inner speed while moving slowly is about cultivating deep focus, clarity, and intentionality in every action. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.